Robby Robinson, my good buddy from the old days of the 70s bodybuilding, and we're down in Gold's Venice, and we're going to do a little workout today on Rick's Corner with his bicep and tricep workout to show you how to get those magnificent arms. But I have
Tell me about it.
Look at that, see, look at that bicep, my God. But I have a question before we get into this. We just finished the holidays. We probably all cheated on our diet just a little bit, right? Did you?
No. You know, I just kind of kept it normal.
Did you?
Well, probably ate a little bit more.
Okay, because a lot of people did. Now it's a new year. You got to get right back on the diet again.
Exactly.
Right back on training again and keep on mark if you want to get the gains like Robby has.
Definitely.
It's definitely the diet. And he's going to show you what he did to build that big bicep and tricep. We're going to go into that right now.
Eating good food is 90% of it.
Is 90% of it. Now, we're going to start with what?
We're going to start with the Scott bench curl. I call him the Scott bench curl because
Larry Scott did
Larry Scott was, you know, he made it famous.
Right.
And it's one of my favorite exercises. I think there's probably 2 or 3 different moves that you can make to actually create Scott size bicep.
I have a question on the Scott bench. I know that when I do them, sometimes the elbows make a difference where you hit the bicep peak. If your elbows are out here, a different part of the bicep, you bring them in narrow.
Yeah, I think what I'm seeing in the guys today, because I was asked this question by MD magazine, and he asked me what was going wrong, why the guys wasn't having biceps, and I think the whole thing starts when you're starting to let your arms spray. If the arm's out here, what you're going to do really is not really build a great bicep. You're probably working the brachialis more.
Point.
But now if you're going to turn the arms out and these last 3 fingers get involved in the curl, then you're going to activate more bicep power.
Okay, let's see it.
You got it. I think the Scott bench curl is probably the D exercise if you're really trying to build biceps.
Okay.
Because there's so many different moves you can make, and I think the most important part of it is these 3 fingers. That was a shot in Muscle and Fitness I was watching the other day, and Joe Reed and all was describing it, and it's the last 3 fingers.
I have a little problem with the 3 fingers.
Well, we all like.
Okay.
I love it. But anyways, I think the whole thing is keeping the wrist slightly broken and keeping your body back. Don't let the arms spray. Keep the arms sealing to the bench so that the biceps are in that position. And I think the bar you should keep your body back, find the position where you feel comfortable, and curl one of them. Basically what I'm trying to do is get the bicep to pump the blood in there. 5 of them.
Is the weight important?
Very important. 6 of them progressively though. 7 of them.
Okay,
Put it down.
I also have a question about using the straight bar as opposed to the easy curl bar.
I kind of fluctuate. I go back and forth.
It doesn't really matter, does it?
It doesn't really matter. As long as you can keep the bicep over the forearm, over the bicep and the forearm straight. Okay. Keeping it straight is going to activate more muscle fibers.
Yeah, I know that sometimes when you sit down, like I said before, your elbows go in or out, but you want to keep them.
You want to keep them. You want to keep them in.
Right.
And keep them pressing into the pad, keeping all the tension on the bicep. Lower the bar as far as you can. I will either come to this point sometimes, just flexing the muscle as much as I can, and then probably stretch and do a lot more upper right.
Now, is it necessary to go heavy, or do you stay medium weight?
No, well, I kind of stay with medium. It's a small muscle.
Right.
It's not really that big a muscle.
Right.
The most important part is the tricep. You want to get the tricep hairs developed. You get all the tricep hair developed. That's going to create a big arm. So then when you flex it, the most important part is actually working on the peak and getting good shape, which I think is you basically using dumbbells.
Okay. We're going to do dumbbells next? Dumbbells next?
Yeah. Okay. I consider this probably my building set. Because I'm going to probably do 3 to 4 sets of it first. And then I'm going to probably take 70 to 80 pounds according to how I feel, my energy level. Okay. And I'm going to try to probably get about 5 or 6 reps. That's what I'm trying. That's what I call my building set.
A little heavier, lowering the reps.
Oh yeah, I lower the reps with it because it's the weight increase. If you're trying to build size, that's what you have to do. Right. 2-minute rest to a minute rest between sets should be the guideline. Again, I say I want to get in that position and activate the biceps. 1 of them. Keeping the body up, keeping the biceps stretching. There's 2 of them. 3. You want to squeeze the bicep. Keep the tension on it.
You said something to me a while back about always keeping your chest up and your head up.
Yeah, it's very important because upper back arch plays a huge role in making the muscle look great on stage under the light.
Right, because I see a lot of people bend way over and lean way down.
If you're bending over and leaning way down, you're probably putting more pressure on the trapezium.
Exactly. I tried it myself.
Yeah,
doing the same exercise, keeping my head up and my chest up, upper back arch.
Keeping the head up and the chest up is going to create more muscle fibers being activated.
Right.
So see, that's what you're trying. Curl into that position and flexing creates a nice round peak, but you got to be thinking about it.
Got to be thinking about it.
Yeah.
You got to visualize what you're doing. Exactly.
You have to have vision. If there's no vision, then it's like a waste of time.
Totally. That's your goal.
Yeah.
So,
the bicep, for myself, has always been about creating all the little smaller muscles.
Right.
So if you work the brachialis and you get a nice peak exercise, you work the outer heads of the triceps, then so when you flex, the arm is going to automatically look bigger.
it gives all that shape to
Yeah,
it.
because you're creating all the shape of the tricep heads out, along with having a nice peak and a brachialis element.
Right.
That brachialis is going to make the arm look that much bigger. So I kind of leave him using dumbbells for that exercise. I use probably no more than probably 10 pounds. Again, it's back to the upper back arch. And the whole thing is we call it the Zottman curl.
Remember those.
Again, you're talking stretching, see? If the bicep is in a stretch position, you're going to have a higher peak. That's automatic.
And
You allow that bicep to stretch.
This angle on the wrist, like Zottman or hammer curl,
Yeah.
is what stretches the bicep
First
out.
stretches the bicep. So what I try to do is curl it to this position, and as the weight is going down, is rotate
I see.
to that position. So you're working the brachialis. see?
Right.
That brings the brachialis in there, and it's the side of the forearm, which
Right.
actually, again, is going to create more size and shape.
Right.
So as you're going through this rotation, again, keeping your upper chest, upper back arch,
Yeah.
you get your nice little rhythm going. And what you're trying to do is work for probably 8 to 10 reps, 4 of them, 5 of them. Keeping the arms in tight, 10.
Yeah. I see.
What I'll do is probably 4 sets of 10s.
Okay.
And I'm really working for the burn in the muscle groups and all the heads. So when I come out of it, I'm gonna flex a little bit, flex the muscles a little bit, maybe even hit a couple of side chest shots. Really keep the muscle, the blood into the area, to sharpen the muscle so it looks good when I hit a side chest shot.
Now, the weight's not important on this. You're not going heavy at all.
No, see, that's what it is. It's being able to kind of lock in on it. Well, you know you want big arms. You know you want shape and size.
yeah.
I mean, you're working for having the biggest arms in the world. So that was always my thought.
I see.
And when I do an exercise, that's what I'm thinking. Big arm, big exercise, Scott bench. Shapely arms, Zottman curl, making sure I'm laying that dumbbell, working for that burn in the side of the arm. So when the judges say double bar from the rear, I can throw my arms up and you're going to see all these other little bitty muscles too.
So they all
that's
come
going to
into
make the
play.
arm look that much bigger.
Exactly. That's what gives it the shape.
Oh, yeah.
And he does have big arms. There's no question about it. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
What else do you want to do for bicep before we go to tricep?
From this point on, curl to that position. One of them. It's 2. It's 3. 4. Keeping the head up in the back, see the upper back arch?
Yep.
4 of them. You want to bring it to the top of the chin and squeeze. 6 of them. 7. 8. 9 of them. You see I'm holding it up there, see?
Right.
10. That's giving you more peak. That's more peak. 11 of them. Put the bar down. I'm kind of even shake the muscle a little bit. What that does is allow more blood to go into the muscle group.
Right. You're feeding it. I have a question though. What's the difference between this movement and the preacher bench movement you did with the bar? Because it's very similar.
It's more isolated.
It is more
Because by
isolated.
bringing your hands in a little bit, it forces to work that outside peak a little bit.
And you don't have the bench on the back of the tricep to support yourself. It's all free hanging.
Yes, free hanging.
All right, so that's the-
all you're being activating really is the bicep.
Okay.
Nothing else is involved. It's almost like you got this isolated mind, and the only thing that is moving really is the outer head of your bicep.
Okay. I got it. All right. So those are the 3 major ones you do.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Let's move to tricep and see what we got for that.
You got it.
Okay. So we're going to do, we did 3 exercises for bicep. Now we're going to do 3 exercises that Robby uses for tricep, which completes the arm. It'll give you the shape and how you get the shape and size that you want to build that massive arm like Robby's.
The triceps are like really the biggest part of the of creating a big arm. And a lot of guys always start with the bicep first. But in my mind, in my world, when I train, I always start with the tricep first. I try to make sure I get the exercises that will activate the heads, make the heads look bigger, and apply a lot of stretching into the exercise.
Is that why you start with the tricep first?
That's why I try to start with first. So
Okay.
that gets the blood warmed up. It's going to be easier then to pump the bicep in the back. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
This I always use a rope in this exercise. Sometimes I use the handle to find a nice real bent handle.
Okay.
And I try to use the weight, get my weight up under the bar. I want to make sure that my triceps are close to my head. And what I want to do is I press the weight upward. I want to kind of rotate it. If you notice, I'm flexing the outside part of that roll. That flexes the tricep. Once I get my rhythm going, I want to keep the weight, my elbows to the side of my head and squeeze one of them. Probably 12 reps, 2, 3 of them. Looking up for squeezing the tricep, there's 5 of them. 6, 7 of them, 8. Squeezing at the top, 9 of them. It's 10. It's 11 of them. It's 12.
Okay,
See, now it's already burning.
I have a question though. Now, if you have a bad shoulder, such as I do, or some guys have a bad shoulder, and they can't get their arms up that high over their head.
What I would do, if you can find it, that's the whole idea about, developing a great muscle group or developing body parts, is finding the exercises that actually do the job.
Right.
See, a lot of guys, I think, participate in all these weird exercises, but it's really not happening like you want to.
Yeah.
You gotta stick with the basics if you're trying to build body part. So it's basically to find that position where you can actually not be bothered, that shoulder's not activated.
Okay.
If it was me, I had some problem with it, I'd raise the bar.
Oh, I see.
I'd raise the bar
and then you do it leaning forward.
And do it, yeah.
Okay,
do it
because
this
I can
way
do that.
leaning forward, see?
Right.
I can put my hands into my side
Right.
and force that tricep to work, stretching it at the top and at the bottom.
I got you.
So I kind of go back and forth between these two positions, to kind of create variety, to create what in the bodybuilding world is confusion, muscle confusion. I like doing that because it's just, it creates more fun.
I'm confused all the time anyway, so it's going to be good for me. No, but you're using the 2 major exercises for tricep that are definitely a must.
Yeah.
You've got it overhead and you got it straight down. And those
So I kind of rotate between those two for probably 3 to 4 sets.
I see.
Yeah. Heavier days, probably less.
What other tricep exercises you do besides?
I love close grip press.
Okay.
I think that is one of the exercises that actually really give the arm size, especially here.
So it's close grip to the chest
yeah,
out.
closer to the chest with an easy curl bar or with a straight bar. I kind of go back and forth between the two.
Let's do those.
Okay. On that loop there, that little lump there, I want to make sure my hands are right on that. I will land this position. I want to use my knees as leverage so it takes the stress off my lower back and off my knees.
Yeah.
And I want to get momentum. If you notice, I want to put my chest up there. See where my hands are, Rick?
Yeah, yeah.
And then what you want to do is push with the heel of your hand. One of them. Keep the chest up. 2. That's 3 of them. 4. You see where the elbows are?
I do.
5 of them. 6. 7 of them. 8. Ride it down. Increase the weight for 5 or 6 reps.
I remember years back that Bill Pearl used to use this.
Oh, yeah.
But he would do behind the head, to the forehead, and then finish off with
3
those.
different positions. You
3
can
different
do it.
positions.
Yeah.
So
It's a great exercise.
That's basically your whole arm workout.
Basically. I don't kind of
Well,
change
let me ask you a
it.
question, Robbie. You think it's worked for you?
I think so.
I think so.
I think it's so. I think it would definitely put the muscle on.
Yes, it does.
I think it'll definitely put the peaks in the size and the shape. And if you're really working at it, getting the right nutrition and stuff like that.
And how many
definitely
times a week do you work arms?
Maybe 2.
That's it.
I train them twice a week.
Because they get work on your chest and shoulders and everything else besides that.
Because I think they're being affected by all that stuff. So I don't really kill the smaller muscle groups. I kind of like really put as much blood in there.
That's the thing, that if the small muscle, you can overwork it pretty easy.
Yeah, it's a small muscle group, so you should be trying to put more emphasis on that tricep to build a big arm. And then maybe work on the other time, but maybe the next time around, try to work on all the things that creates the shape and puts the blood in the bicep and makes it look better, and so you're going to relax.
This is great. Well, there you've had firsthand information from Robby Robinson on Rick's Corner, how to build big arms with Robby. I'm telling you.
You can do it, you just have to make up your mind to do so.
He's the man, and he's #1 in my book. We're going to be coming back to do more body parts as well, right, Robbie?
Better believe it. We're excited about it.
We're in for the long haul in 2012.
Look out for us.
That's right. We want you to join us every time we're on Rick's Corner and build along with us. And thanks for watching Rick's Corner.
Enjoyed it. Good day, guys.
Thank you.